remember specifics. I just remember I could progressively, I was just watching it get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I tried Advil and whatever, and stretches and
Had you tried chiropractic before you came here?
yeah. I'd been to a chiropractor on and off throughout my life, mostly off. And then I was seeing another chiropractor before this. It had been about a year probably since I'd seen him. And I was seeing him just for some normal ailments, which also have gone away since I've been coming here.
Okay.
So, yeah, I love the chiropractic field.
Good.
Yeah.
I like how she says, I've seen him on and off, mostly off.
Mostly off. Mostly off. It's true.
Hey, have you ever had a different vision for your life than others have had? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. Kelly's with us today, and she was in an auto accident. And essentially what happened was some cars stopped on the freeway, and she stopped with them. But the car behind her had a different vision of where he was going that day. And so he accelerated and tagged her pretty good from behind. So if you have had auto injuries or anybody that you know has had something like this, today will give you some great insight. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
So when you had the first accident, you were telling me this a little bit before. Was it right away when you knew you had to come to the chiropractor, or?
No, I mean, obviously, in the initial moment of the accident, I thought for the most part I was okay. And then a day or two later, things started to settle. I had little aches and pains, and I thought, okay, I can manage it. And then a week or two went by, and things just started to escalate, like on a daily basis. And it was keeping me up at night. I'd wake up in pain. I wouldn't be able to treat it with medication, stretches, pillows, all the things. And I knew it was something I couldn't solve on my own for sure.
So you dealt with it for a little while.
Yeah, I did. I waited. It was at least 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not uncommon for injuries to kind of build in momentum too. So a lot of people think when they have an injury like that, where a big trauma, that if they don't feel it right away, then it's good. But they don't realize that there's what they call delayed onset. And as you lose function in those areas, your function goes down too, if it's a more serious injury like yours was.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened for sure.
Yeah. So what were you having trouble with? You weren't sleeping very good, right?
I wasn't sleeping good. My neck was really hurting. And my back was hurting too. I don't remember the specifics of where, but it was just this general pain that was everywhere. And at times I couldn't move my neck much. I didn't realize, I'd torn the muscles that you use when you look down. So I was trying to do stretches this way to try to alleviate the pain. And, I just had no idea of the injury.
So when you came in, you weren't moving very good at all, were you?
No, I was struggling.
But, and she's busy too. I mean, she's like a lot of us. She's a busy mom and has lots of people that depend on her. So that was tough for her to be out. And it's an emotional drain a little bit too that people don't take into account, right?
Well, and it's scary too, because until I literally had the x-rays done here, it was all an unknown, right? I had no idea. And I can tend to talk myself down. So I was like, it probably isn't that bad. I'm probably making it bigger than it is. And it turned out even to be bigger than I thought it was, which really validated everything for me.
And then, good. Well, not good, but.
Are you glad about that?
Well, I'm glad you're validated.
Yeah.
So she came in, she wasn't moving very good. She was concerned that she wasn't able to take care of her family, like if I remember our conversations.
Yeah, I wasn't for
And
sure.
It was a scary thing because things were getting worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your function was you were just gradually backing off of things.
Mm-hmm.
You were having a hard time with sleep, but you were also having a hard time doing some of your activities, right?
Yes, yeah.
Taking care of some of the chores or doing those as long as you needed to. And
Mm-hmm.
So we came in, what we did, we worked her up, we found out what the problem was, and then we went to work. And we started out easy. And you've been to other chiropractors before, right?
Yeah.
So she was familiar with what was happening a little bit, but we designed her a program. We worked with the soft tissue. We just went through the 3 stages of healing. where we talk about we get the motion back into the joint so that it's moving properly with the adjustment. If we don't, then that doesn't ever return. And so you end up building strength. Like you just go straight into PT, you just build strength around an area and it's abnormal motion. And then we started going, after we got the motion back, we started focusing a lot on PT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we have a great program here. What do you think about Montana, working with you a little bit?
I thought it was great. Honestly, aside from my pain subsiding and continuing to go down and me learning how to manage it, my biggest compliment to this office is the staff, the trio.
Yeah.
You guys all work so well together and you're so approachable and understanding, but also you get down to the actual facts and you can educate me on it. And I really enjoy my time with all of you guys a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing we want to do as a group is we always like to know what the problem is. And I think the big thing, if I can brag on the staff a little bit, is they all really care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and they're here for the right reasons, um, to help you guys. So you had some other problems too, right? You mentioned besides the
I
auto
did,
that you
yeah.
were being seen for before.
Yes, I'd had some hip issues that the accident just really made significantly worse, amongst other things. And the things that you've been able to do and stretches that Montana's been able to help me with and educate me on, I'm really able to manage it for the first time since I've had it, which has been incredible. And that's something in the past is I've been to great chiropractors who are very kind and sympathetic and understanding. But they don't necessarily take all the steps needed to figure out exactly what's wrong. So it's a little bit of a blind shot, which I appreciate about you guys, that you guys have that feel and that, okay, I'm thinking it's this, those educated guesses, which usually are spot on, but then you also have the x-rays and things like that to actually say, okay, let's hone in here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we like to use any tools that we can get our fingers on that show good efficacy, that
Yeah.
helps give us a better. Um, the Mile Vision's a great tool as well. I'm sure you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
um, so the Mile Vision is something that measures electrical impulses in the area, and as we take you through different motions, and it doesn't actually give you electrical impulses; it just measures them, and it also measures your movement, and we can watch and see where the joint's actually injured at, and that helps us in our diagnosis too.
Yeah.
The one thing that I would say though is it's been great having you here because you're so positive.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
and you got a great family when you bring them in, and she's worked really hard to get to where she's at, and so it's a team effort. It's on a we as a team try to give you every tool you can have, and then we have someone like you that comes in and gives everything that you have, and it makes that a very fun process. We get some great results that way.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thanks for
welcome.
saying that. I appreciate you guys.
So, if you have anybody that's been in an auto accident and thinks they're going to be okay, one thing they don't realize is some of the most common things that we have as residuals are a result of trauma from accidents like that, and they can linger. Like one statistic out there is that one of the number one causes, one of the things that people that have carpal tunnel have in common is they've had a previous auto accident, and people don't realize it'll do other things too that we check for, like it can affect your thyroid, and so have all those things checked and worked on. And until next time, thanks, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. And if you guys know anybody that's had an issue with trauma like this, whether it's coming off a horse or coming off or getting hit in the car, those are things we can help them work through. And give us a call at 208-854-0600. Until then, have a great week.